It looks like we're
Okay,
live.
looks like we are live. Yay. Yep. Usually I get the little sign and it says you're live streaming. So then I click, got it. I got it. Good morning, everybody. Bright beings, bright ones. I've got my phone here. That's what I'm doing when my eyes veer downward. It's because I'm looking at my phone because that's where I get to see everyone logging in with us on this fine morning today, this another beautiful Sunday morning. Usually I get the notification that we've gone live because I have it set on my phone to let me know when Brentwood Inspired Living Center goes live. And then usually I get a little ping and there we are. Yep. And it worked just that way. Oh, but why is it not opening? There we go. Yay. Okay. We are live and there you are. So when you get here, leave me a message, a comment, or an emoji or something to let me know that you're here with us because it's very fun to exchange love and energy that way. Good morning, Michael J. Allen and Debbie. Welcome in, everybody. We love that you're here. We love to create this space with you. Thank you for joining us in this field where we nourish our souls and we revitalize our body temples in every way and liberate our minds. And here we can recognize that there are dimensions and layers to our existence, and we honor that the mind, body, and spirit all require our loving attention. So when we come into this space, we can just move into that care and compassion and love. So thank yourself for gifting yourself with time in this sacred community, time to commune with one another, time to commune with divine intelligence, magnificent love, deep joy, all the good stuff, I'll say. I am so grateful to be in this space with you this morning. Good morning, Michael J. Allen. He says, good morning, all. Nancy says, a beautiful Sunday and beautiful people. You all look and sound great. Thank you, Nancy. Hello, Sonia. Welcome in. Welcome in, beloveds. We're so grateful to be together. Thank you for stepping into this loving embrace. We are feel our virtual hugs. That's what we're doing. We're sending virtual warmth and hugs and love your way. My name is Amy Van Ling, and it is with heartfelt gratitude that I serve this beloved community as the spiritual director. And we welcome you into our sacred space where we're evolving. We're an evolving spiritual community. We're dedicated to personal and global transformation. We embrace ancient spiritual traditions as well as all the emerging wisdom that shows up in our lives. And we're grateful, so deeply grateful to be on this journey together, doing this together. Welcome in. Oh, where they go? There they went. Sometimes my comments slide to the side and I have to find them, and it's a little journey on my phone. Good morning, Jennifer. Jennifer says, happy Sunday and blessings to all. Jan is logging in. She says, good morning, dear friends. Welcome, Reverend Wendy in Paris and HEARTDREAM. Pat is here. She says, good, beautiful morning from Oregon. Yay. Sonia says, good morning, all. Welcome in, everybody. We're so grateful to be here and have this ability to exchange energy, connect energy in this field beyond the physical. It makes it possible with our energy to just tune into each soul collectively. And we can do this through this platform, through Zoom, through Facebook Live. We can do this laying in our bed, just thinking of everybody, energetically tuning in and embracing all who are joining us, everybody in the world. So feel free to open up your heart space and send that loving energy to each person logging on, everybody on the screen, everybody. How about just everybody? Welcome in. We welcome all people into our community. Yes. So we are cultivating the world around us. And it's fun to do that. It is really fun to do that. And somebody who cultivates a tremendously beautiful world around her is Reverend Wendy Silvers. And it is with tremendous love and gratitude that I welcome you back, Reverend Wendy. She's a passionate woman full of fierce love, wisdom, gentleness, truly a person here to move mountains and sow seeds of love. I admire her deep kindness and willingness to expand in the world and learn and grow. Today's message is sowing the seeds of love. How does your garden grow? I love it. If you have questions and comments during Wendy's talk, drop them in the feed here. And then when she concludes, we'll get to them and we can have a little short Q&A before we head to the workshop, which will be at 11:30 to 12:30 on our Zoom link. You'll find that on our homepage of our website, brentwoodilc.org. And that is a deeper dive into the soil, let's say, of how does your garden grow? So we look forward to that this afternoon. Good morning, Luinda. She says, good morning, everyone. Florence says, good blessed morning. Happy birthday, Florence. I know it's your birthday today. Yay, welcome in. We love you. We're grateful that you're here. Remember to invite people in. You can share the Facebook Live and also share the link to the workshop because everybody's invited to our workshops. We are open space for anybody to jump in and join with us. We love to share the love. That's what we love to do. So let's do that. So it is always a delight and special gift to have the talented and inspiring dynamic duo HEARTDREAM bringing song, spirit, sincerity, magic. We're so grateful for the presence of peace and joy that you both always bring with your souls and your music. Thank you for saying yes to us and being here to share. And Paris, our very own Paris, is here to share our inspirational reading and our prayer of abundance today. Thank you, Paris, for sharing your joy and your radiance and your magnificence with us. We love you and appreciate you. We all welcome you in to our space. We're so blessed to be together and have you here with us. Thank you. Thank you for committing your time and energy to co-creating this heart space, affirming this space and consciousness where we get to tune into spirit. Yay. Luinda says, yes, happy birthday, dear Luinda. I mean, dear Luinda says to Florence, happy birthday, dear, love you. Nancy says, happy birthday, Florence. Yes, welcome in, everybody. Nice to see you. Dave was logged on to the Brentwood. Yeah, we have a few admins on the Brentwood Inspired Living Center Facebook page. So sometimes, we come in as not ourselves. That'll be for next month. Our theme is identity check next month. But this month, September being the month of the Unity World Day of Prayer and the International Day of Peace, we decided that it was apropos that our theme this month is promoting peace. So we are excited to dive into that. And thank you, everybody, for tuning in and tuning within this morning. If you have been with Brentwood Inspired Living Center for minutes, years, decades, we welcome you. We love you. We value you. Welcome into our space. So if you or anyone would like life affirming, love affirming prayer, please share your prayer request with us through our prayer and healing page. You can find that at brentwoodilc.org. You go to connect and then prayer and healing, and you can just submit your prayer through there and it comes to us. And we with so much deep love and gratitude, pray over those prayers you send us. So send them our way. And remember that our Peace Walk is coming up on September 21st, 6:30 p.m. in the City Park in Brentwood. Mark your calendar. Kathy is here. Welcome in, everybody. It's so nice to see you. So we are going to open up with our mission statement. So I invite you to allow yourself to drop in to your heart space and center yourself into that inner knowing, that deep inner wisdom. We are an open, heart-centered spiritual community, honoring the one presence within us, and we welcome all to connect, grow, and expand in wisdom, compassion, and love. And we're so grateful that you're on this journey with us. So we are going to start this morning out with our community song. Remember, our community songs to get the vibration moving, get the blood flowing, get the throat chakra open our heart space. When we sing, we are opening our heart space. So sing along. This is our community song, Spirit of the Atman. Thank you, Mirabai and Steve.
Pure
Wonderful. There is some kind of a feedback going on. And I'm not sure if that's on. Oh, that must be. That answered my question. They have quite an extensive sound system over there. So it might have been something going on with the speakers. So, okay, that was beautiful. Thank you. Thank you so very much. I'm going to hand the screen over to Paris for our inspirational reading this morning. Thank you, Paris.
Good morning. And my goodness, wasn't that the most beautiful song? Oh, I loved it so much. It's my pleasure to be able to bring you our inspirational reading, The Most Peaceful Inhabitants on Earth. One day, the most peaceful inhabitants on the earth asked one very powerful wizard to stop all wars and bloodshed on the planet. It is simple, he said. I will destroy all weapons on the earth, and nobody will be able to fight anymore. It would be great, people exclaimed. The magic wands wave, and this was done. There was peace on the planet for 3 days, while the majority of those who were prone to fight sought and could not find a weapon. When they understood they'd lost it forever, they made spears of young trees and started to fight again. When the wizard heard this bad news, he said, "Do not worry, I will destroy all young trees so that no one will be able to fight." After 2 to 3 days of useless search for young trees suitable for making spears, rebellious people started to cut giant trees, make batons of them, and the bloodshed started again. The wizard destroyed all big trees. Then the humans made knives and swords of metal. He destroyed all metal on the planet. People made slings and began to throw stones at one another. It was necessary to destroy the stones too. And then the peacekeepers began to worry. All trees had disappeared. There was no metal and stones. How to live, what to eat. There would be no vegetation soon, and the people would die without even fighting. No, this is the wrong solution to the problem. The wizard became confused. I do not know how to behave now. I would have destroyed all humanity, but unfortunately it is not in my power. The peacekeepers fell into despair. They did not know what to do. And then one clever child turned to the wizard. I know what you should do. Let people feel how others perceive their actions. If one person hurts someone, let him feel the same pain. And if he brings joy to someone, let him feel the same joy. Then no one will hurt one another because each will feel the pain immediately too and will have to stop. All people were inspired with the greatness of the child's thought, and the wizard honored this idea. He returned all the trees, stones, and metals that he had destroyed. And since that day, no one on the planet ever tried to hurt his neighbor, for if they did, they would immediately feel the same pain. People began to help each other, and they liked the sense of joy they felt at that moment. And so they began to live in harmony and joy once again.
Thank you so much, Paris. I was settling in for more, for more of the story.
Story time.
Yeah. Thank you very much for that. Okay, I'm going to hand the screen back over to Heart Dream for Angels of Peace.
My spirit knows just what to do.
Choosing a path
Once unknown, trusting in faith, it will be shown. Angels of peace, worries release, hands of God, angels of peace.
love woven together in the garden's midst.
I am the one and all in the breath of God's bliss. Angels of peace, worries release, hands of God, angels of peace.
So beautiful. Oh, we can all feel into angels of peace, worries release. Thank you both. Appreciate that. Okay, what time is it? I'm just getting lost in the moments today. I like that. It is time for our blessing of abundance. Thank you, Paris, for bringing that to us today.
Thank you so much. Just like Amy said, I was getting lulled into a quite peaceful energy. And it's my pleasure to be able to bring to you our prosperity blessing. My friends, I invite you to join me now for our prayer of plenitude as we welcome and receive the glorious abundance today and every day. Take a deep breath, breathing in love and light, and hold it gently. Now release it slowly as you connect your heart with our message of prosperity. We come together today, opening our hearts and minds to the one spirit, the light, infinite mind, knowing that there is only one power and one life, and that is the life of spirit. We affirm that we are one with spirit, and there is nothing that is separate from this oneness. We are one with the infinite mind that has created all that is. We know that the divine qualities of peace, of power, of plenty, of wisdom are already within each of us. And we embrace those qualities now. We step forward with love and anticipation, standing in the truth of who and what we are, saying yes to our prosperity, harmony, health, order, love, and our amazing expansion in all its forms. And with the greatest of gratitude, we accept this transformation of consciousness for our community and ourselves. We know that it is done and we give thanks. Now we release, we let go, and we let spirit do its perfect work through us. We trust the universe to provide for us. It is done, and so it is. And now just a few important announcements. Let's spread the word about our incredible center and our voice in the world by liking our Facebook page, reading our weekly connection, and always checking our website for updates on events at Brentwood Inspired Living Center. Also, mark your calendars. Michael Allen's book group continues this Thursday, September 15th from 7 to 8:30 p.m. on our after service Zoom link for the last opportunity to discuss the book, The Feeling is the Secret by Neville Goddard. Listen to the book free on YouTube or purchase it from Amazon for $6. Also, you can join us for Music in the Park this coming Saturday, the 17th at 11 a.m. The weather promises to be in the 80s, thank goodness. Amy will be with us for Community Circle, and the 360 band plays from noon to 1:30. So come and join us. And the big news, which Amy announced earlier, of course, is our annual Peace Walk in Brentwood City Park on the grass, right across from the library entrance. And that is September 21st, Wednesday at 6:30 p.m. to 8. So bring your family and friends and join in our celebration for peace in the world. And please save your goodies for our upcoming annual yard sale to be held at the 50 Sand Creek parking lot on Saturday, October 21st. So please sign up to be a worker bee for our yearly fundraiser. And I'm just wishing you blessings and gratitude for all.
Thank you so much, Paris, for those reminders and reminding me that I will be in the Bay Area. So yes, I will be there. Everybody come all and have a party. And I'll also add that our annual yard sale is actually also a party. So if you didn't know that, join the party. Is what it's really all about. So thank you, Paris, for all of that. We say yes to prosperity. We claim our divine supply. We appreciate you. Thank you. We are going to hand the screen back over here to Heart Dream for our last song this morning, and it's Power of Nature. Thank you both.
In the forest of love, in the shadows of peace, God gave a promise in the wind God took my hand, God took my heart across the river of
Jaded Oh, the power of nature lifts us high. Oh, the power of nature in the deep blue sky. Oh, the power of nature everywhere.
Where darkness is light, God's light is our own. Dreams are unfolding from the
Seeds we've sown.
as we take the steps, all becomes so free. Love is the answer.
Love's why we came here. Oh, the power of nature lifts us high. Oh, the power of nature in the deep blue sky. Oh, the power of nature everywhere. We're remembering the heart of God. We're the gift of God, the dove. We're remembering the reason why. We're the grace of God's pure love. Oh, the power of nature lifts us high. Oh, the power of nature in the deep blue sky. Oh, the power of nature everywhere.
Wow, that was beautiful. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, so all song choices today were originals of Heart Dreams, and you can order them CDs, thumb drive, downloads, whatever you use from their website, heartdream.com. And that is going to the store tab. So thank you for bringing your beauty through the music. We appreciate it. And thank you, Paris, for bringing your beauty and your radiance to us. Thank you, Heart Dream Paris, for sharing yourselves, your hearts, fully, completely providing us with this space of light and elegance. We appreciate your sweet melody and your love. Thank you for being here with us this morning. We look forward to seeing you again next time. Bye, Mirbai. I know Steve's behind the camera there, turning it off. Okay, hello, wonderful beings of love and light. I am here with Reverend Wendy Silvers, a dear friend, colleague. She's back with us for, I don't know, is this the second or third time? She's getting familiar with us, and we are so grateful to have you back sharing your deep wisdom and your love with us. Thank you. Thank you for saying yes to us, the sacred yes to be here. Remember that the workshop will follow, and that's on a different link, and I'll drop it here when we complete in the Facebook feed, and it's also on our website, brentwoodilc.org, and just pop right in, invite everybody. Everybody is welcome. It's going to be amazing. So I am going to read you Wendy's bio, then pray us in, and then hand the screen over to this magnificent being. Reverend Wendy Silvers is a sought-after mama wisdom teacher, minister, spiritual midwife, author, and sacred activist. For the past 18 years, she has been immersed in serving moms, children, and families through trauma-informed, heart-centered parenting. Reverend Wendy believes that a woman steeped in her immense value as sovereign being helps to raise a nation that cherishes the women and children. Wendy co-created Prayer as a Way of Life, prayer class at Agape International Spiritual Center, co-authored an international best-selling book, Balance for Busy Moms, and founded the Million Mamas Movement, an organization devoted to the empowerment of mothers, ensuring that all mothers and children thrive. She produces international prayer events, docuseries, town halls, film screenings, and rallies. Wendy braids her intuitive medium abilities, publicity skills, and trauma-informed training with new thought principles to help people awaken spiritually and cultivate a life of peace, purpose, and prosperity. Wendy is affiliated with the Agape International Spiritual Center as an Agape spiritual counselor and minister. And Wendy has shared stages with Michael Beckwith and many other visionaries. Wendy is based in Los Angeles, and we are so grateful, so very deeply grateful to have her here with us. So I invite you, everybody, to join me in prayer as we make ourselves available. And I invite you to inhale feelings of love and gratitude, and exhale all that is ready to go and release. As we come into this holy moment and value this holy breath within us. Oh, we just know that our highest and best is emerging. And as we tune into the gratitude of our souls, the place and space where we sow the seeds of love, we can expand. We're so grateful and thankful for this moment as we create sacred space and we gather together as one, consciously choosing to remember that our true perfect identity is divine light, perfect peace. We are wholly, whole, complete. I invoke divine guidance and ask for an activation of awareness and divine light this morning. We cover Wendy in our love and our blessing. We open up our loving hearts to see, feel, hear, know the divine truth moving in, through, and as her today. And in grace and gratitude, we share the benefits of our love with all because we are one. And so it is. Ashe. Namaste. Thank you, everybody. Today's message is sowing the seeds of love, and how does your garden grow? And it's all yours, Wendy. Thank you for being with us.
Thank you, my love. Thank you, Amy.
Thank you
Thank
so
you,
much.
Jan, Paris, and beautiful, the beautiful music. Oh my God, is it Dream Heart? Oh, so beautiful. Heart Dream. Okay, Dream Heart. I was just like wafting on the notes, the whole idea of sound and music is that really it's frequency. That's why, as moms, right, I'm listening to you read all those things that I've done, and I am struck by what I'm most connected to and proud of is that I'm a mom. I'm a mom. I had the opportunity to birth a child in this lifetime. And so everything else just supports it, and just that whole idea. So I listen to that music and I think about the frequency. What's the frequency, of our thoughts? What's the frequency of what we're holding in our consciousness? And I want to read something to you from a 13th century teacher and preacher, well-known Meister Eckhart. And this is what he wrote. God does not ask anything else except that you let yourself go and let God be God in you. The seed of God is in us. Now the seed of a pear tree grows into a pear tree, and a hazel seed into a hazel tree, the seed of God into God. What good is it to me if the Son of God was born to Mary 1400 years ago, but is not born in my person, in my time, and in my culture? God's ground is my ground, and my ground is God's ground. Here I live on my own. All our works should work out of this innermost ground, without a why or a wherefore. Then God and the soul do one work together, eternally and very fruitfully. Then all that this person works, God works. And just as I can do almost nothing without God, so too God can accomplish nothing apart from me. So the seed of God, this absolute embodiment, the imprinting, the involution of this presence is in me. God needs me to express in, as, and through. And as God is right where I am, God is right where you are. And today, especially, as I was contemplating what Spirit wished to communicate through me this day, and it was 9/11, a day that changed the world forever for many reasons. I was struck with what is the content of my mind. What am I planting in my consciousness? My consciousness, your consciousness, is fertile ground. It's fertile soil. Religious science, old school religious science, has the inverted V of soil, thought, soil, body. It's the whole triune nature of God. And I know that is probably still taught, and we've evolved into recognizing that we embody that which we hold in our consciousness. So, are you sowing seeds of love? How does your garden grow? It's a question that I often think about. I've been on a spiritual path since I can remember. I mean, consciously. At 8 years old, I talked two of my older neighbors on the street into participating in a seance with me. I had no clue what I was doing. And it was a full moon, and we all got together, and we decided we wanted to have all people. I was 8. We wanted a John F. Kennedy. And then we all just thought about it, and then we looked up in the moon, and the exact profile, the exact photo of John F. Kennedy was in the moon, and we all scattered. My neighbors being, 4.5 years older than me. And I was just struck with the power of the mind. Did we imagine that? What were we planting? What were the seeds in the fertile soil of our consciousness that the three of us came together and created this. I have no contact with those two neighbors anymore. I often wonder, like, do they reflect on that? Because I certainly remember that like it was, just a minute ago. And it's such an indication of consciousness. It's an indication of what I'm planting in the soil, the fertile soil. The whole idea of this seed soil blossom is paramount, because when 9/11 happened, it was such a tragedy, and it also fomented this extraordinary barriers, these, this us and them, this whole concept that we are not interconnected when we are. Chief Seattle says, humankind has not woven the web of life. We are but one thread in it. Whatever we do to the web, we do to ourselves. All things are bound together. All things connect. Which is why on a day as potent and as filled with horror as 9/11 was, I also felt the pain when they were doing the photo essays following 9/11 of the counterattacks and mothers walking through rubble searching for their children. I felt this deep in my solar plexus. It was this sense of this experience that happened on 9/11, this seed that was planted of hatred and weapons of mass destruction and enemies is a playbook. I mean, there were horrible things that happened. It was devastating. There's no spiritual bypassing that. That was a day that those of us that remember will linger long in our awareness. And I'm also very aware that we are continuing that seed in our society of us and them, of enemy consciousness. We're not connected, it's them, they're doing that, they are doing this. And I return back to this garden. My consciousness is this garden. What am I planting in this fertile soil? What do I want to see harvest? None of us are victims, though we may have experienced victimization. We are each powerful co-creators of our life experience and the content of our consciousness. And I'm not talking about the 42,000 thoughts that we're assaulted with on a daily basis between social media, scrolling, and conversations. But I'm talking, because that's just like this broadcast that's happening all the time, the waves. And that's why it's even more important to pause, to step away from the commentary, and to reflect, what am I planting? What am I allowing to root down into this fertile soil of my consciousness? So the first pillar of sowing a seed of love is noticing. What are you allowing to take root in your consciousness? I invite you an experiment for the next 7 days, just 7. Carry around a little notebook, or you could do it on your phone, right? I'm old school. Carry around a little notebook, and notice, right? You too. Notice the repetitive thoughts that flit through your awareness. Something happens. Something is presented to you. Oh, I can't do that. Oh no. Oh, that person. Oh God, they're calling me again. Wow. Just notice the thoughts that are circulating in your awareness that you are seemingly unconscious about. And 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 at the end of these 7 days, recognize that these these are what you have planted, these thoughts you've planted in the soil of your consciousness. So if there's an area of your life where you're feeling stuck, or you're feeling like you are having conflict, or you're feeling like something isn't working, just reflect without judgment. Notice, the first pillar. First, you have to notice, right? The noticing. I'm noticing. Then you get to acknowledge. Oh, okay. I'm as I'm noticing, I'm acknowledging, I'm thinking that. And then you become aware. Oh, I keep planting this seed in the soil of my consciousness. Wow. And then in that awareness, no judgment. So important. No judgment. Because I do this workshop called Healing the Mother Wound. And the influence of a mother on her child while she's pregnant, the environment, the inner environment and the outer environment, influence the child. So it can happen immediately, and then it happens throughout childhood. If you haven't had a happy mother or a fulfilled mother, or whatever the trajectory is in your particular childhood, you have made decisions and choices, and you develop strategies to deal with your life that are based on your experience with your mother. Now, you can do this with your father as well. So I'm not excluding the father, but in this particular situation, I'm speaking about the imprinting of the mother on a child, because typically the mother is more present in a child's life. And that isn't always 100%, but that's typically what happens. And so people will find themselves reflecting back, even when they're older. Oh gosh, my mom used to say that, or oh wow, I sound like my mom, or little statements that reflect back on what I describe as the mother wound. That mother wound will cause you to declare certain things about yourself that are untrue. So in sowing seeds of love, it's your opportunity to pause, to notice. Oh, okay. Look at that. I didn't realize I say that all the time. Like, have you ever had an experience with somebody where they give you feedback, and then you find yourself saying, "Oh no, yeah, that's not. I don't do that. That's not what I do." And then all of a sudden you go away, and then maybe 2 hours later, because this awareness has been pointed out to you, all of a sudden you're like, "Oh wow, I do that." So the feedback is really helpful, and it's about that being aware. So you're noticing, okay, I'm noticing, I'm saying that, and now I'm aware that I am doing this, and now I get to take action. Now I get to. It's not a have to. You don't have to do anything, but you get to do things differently. You get to weed the garden of your consciousness so that you are living a life of fulfillment, of prosperity, of joy, of freedom. Freedom has been something that is one of the highest values of my life. And I can tell you, I have not always lived in freedom, because what I planted in the soil of my consciousness were thoughts of lack and limitation. I mean, I've been on a spiritual path for decades. And so there was a certain sense of spiritual arrogance that I had. Oh, I'm not like that. And then it was like, yes, I am. I am like that. I am doing that. I am telling myself that that is not possible when it is. So I'm not sowing seeds of love. I'm sowing seeds that aren't regenerative, that aren't life affirming for myself. I could see it for you, but I couldn't see it for me. And then it goes back to the interconnectedness of all life. If I do that to myself, then what am I passing on to my children? What am I passing on to my friends? So, as a divine gardener, the opportunity is to really be clear about the seeds that you are planting in the soil of your consciousness. As a spiritual being, everything is spiritual. Everything, from brushing your teeth to walking the dog and picking up poop, to being in sacred circle, to praying. These are all opportunities to remember who you are, your spiritual identity. And as a divine gardener, are your seeds genetically modified? Are your seeds influenced by chemicals and ingredients and people's opinions? Or are they organic, untouched by glyphosate, untouched by genetically modified organisms or chemicals? Are you willing to be a steward of your garden in such a profound, beautiful, strong way that you are not swayed by trends, by what's popular, by the group think? Are you willing to step away from that commentary and say, okay, so my garden, my consciousness is a gorgeous, lush, vibrant, vital, healthy soil. I mean, seriously, I'm talking metaphorically, and our soil is in danger. Our soil, the literal soil that we get food from, the mother is the nurturer. Mother Earth is this gorgeous being. She's alive. And there are organizations, and I mean, Bill Gates believes in genetically modified seeds. Genetically modified seeds ruin your microbiome, which is your first brain. So you want to make sure, metaphorically, that what you are planting in your consciousness are seeds that are pure and chemical free, and what you are ingesting in your body temple is not genetically modified, is free of glyphosate and chlorpyrifos and all of these insecticides that literally take all of the sustenance out. I encourage you to follow Vandana Shiva, who is an Eastern Indian woman who is just a fierce warrior for healthy seeds, because these seeds that I'm speaking about, both physically and spiritually, are what give you life. It's what builds your life to be this beautiful, lush garden, and what allows you to move through your life with a sense of wholeness and well-being. You're whole whether you realize it or not. And when you embody that wholeness, you're unstoppable. There's nothing that can keep you from embodying the cosmic Christ that is within you. That cosmic Christ inside of you is enlightenment. It is the enlightened mind. So this consciousness that I'm talking about, are you sowing seeds of love? Are your thoughts kind to yourself and to others? Are you really watering this cosmic Christ within you? Are you nurturing the three pillars of notice, awareness, and action? Are you stepping away from the commentary as a divine gardener, from all of the assaults of all of these EMFs and media and groupthink, and having an original thought, right? New thought, a new thought. Are you willing to source and be a source for a transformed world? If the answer is yes, the pathway is by planting seeds in your consciousness, seeds of love, seeds of peace, seeds of truth, eternal truth, and nurturing these seeds so that your garden is gorgeous. And if there's any weeds that are there, you don't have to yank them out from the root. You transmute them, because those weeds hold information for you. Those weeds have information for you. What are they there to reveal to you? Maybe it's the place where you don't think that peace is possible. Maybe it's the place where you love some people but not all people. Maybe this is a weed of selective freedom. Martin Luther King Jr. said that if one of us isn't free, none of us are free. So if we're living in a time where there's so much divisiveness, what does your garden look like? What is the garden of your consciousness? Are you willing to reveal the cosmic Christ within your very being, which therefore reveals itself right outside of you, right? The out picturing, first inside, everything, this seed that I'm speaking about, it is the innermost seed. You know how I speak about going into that inner, the place of the Most High God. I'm going inside to this inner sanctuary. So these seeds, a lotus grows in the mud. It's inside. A baby gestates in the amniotic fluid inside the womb in the darkness. The invisible is first, where this creativity, these seeds come in to our innermost thoughts, and we decide, are we going to nurture them, or are we going to close them? And so I'm going to close with a quote from Anais Nin, and it says, "And the day came when the risk to remain tight in a bud was more painful than the risk it took to blossom." And I just invite you in this moment to just move into your heart. I'm going to just speak a word for just growing a lush garden. And so how very grateful, how very thankful I am for the opportunity to step away from the outer world, to allow everything that has come before this present moment to simply fall away, and consciously moving my awareness into that inner splendor, that inner garden, that inner space where I know that all that there is good, all that there is God, all that there is love. This is my true nature, and it is the true nature of each and every person gathered here at Brentwood Inspired Living Center this morning, right where they are. Good is, God is, peace is, love is. And it is in this unified field of unconditional love that I speak my word for each and every person, calling forth peace and peace of mind, calling forth grace and goodness, calling forth prosperity, calling forth abundance, calling forth love, pressed down and overflowing, harmony, just spread through every area of their life. And a garden, the garden of their consciousness, is so lush and so gorgeous and so resplendent and lavish and opulent that it feeds them and all those with whom they interact. And with an open and grateful heart for this and so much more, I simply allow this to be, saying, and so it is, and so I let it be. Ashe.
Ashe. Thank you, Wendy. Wow, thank you for sharing your inspiration with us. So many beautiful pieces of gold here in this conversation. If you are on the other side of the screen here and you have a question or a comment, drop that in the feed right now. Wow. Pat had said early on in the talk, we are the moms of the world. Yes. Yeah, right. We are the moms.
Yes, absolutely.
Love it. Oh, I love the pillars of notice, awareness, and action. And be a source for a transformed world. You know, I like that because when we really put an intention like that behind everything, it really expands us, creates that momentum, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I love that you use the garden. I've used that before about belief systems, and I've said something about, like, sometimes we're born, well, not sometimes, this is how it is. We're born, and then we have this empty garden, and by the time, you know, we're 18, we've already had all kinds of seeds and things planted in our garden by life, by teachers, by parents, by church, by everything outside of us. And so then there comes a time when we look at our garden and go, are these the seeds I wanted here?
Right. Are these,
yeah. Are these this is the garden I would plant now, or am I just still, you know, tending to this garden that was already here in place for me? So I love the garden theme, the garden idea. It's really relevant. Sonia says, wow, thank you, Reverend Wendy. Yes.
You're
Agreed. Agreed. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Welcome in to new faces. We love that you're here joining us. Yeah. Are you willing to be a steward of your garden in a beautiful, strong way? Yeah. Are you willing to have a lush garden?
I think, yes. My experience, you know, intention is so invaluable to really set our attention, to really focus what we're going to focus on. And it's so easy before you have a strong spiritual practice, and even sometimes after, to get pulled off by dramatic, really dramatic events. And yet that is also the opportunity, the divine invitation to really look at what's happening and to make a conscious choice to set the intention that my garden, the fertile soil of my consciousness, I'm going to plant different seeds.
Yes.
There's a hypnotism that happens when we allow our minds to be hijacked by the loudest voice in the room. The loudest voice in the room is not necessarily the wisest. They just have the microphone.
Beautiful. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Oh, hi, Mirabai. Mirabai is here. She says, thank you, Reverend Wendy. We are grateful for the inner light growing and growing into our consciousness. Thank you for reminding us to notice our thoughts and creating our true reality of love, oneness with God. Yeah, thank you for being here.
You know, this practice of sowing the seeds of love is something that I believe all of the members of Brentwood Inspired Living Center are aware of, because this is ancient wisdom. When we reflect on teachings that are eternal, the through line from all of the master teachers is to really mind your mind, is to really be discerning, and to be there's a word that's not coming to my mind, judicious about what we allow into our minds. And it's so, I know for me personally, as somebody who's very sensitive, I remember, I'm from New York, and I can remember when I was in the city and I took the subways to work, and I'm going back to like my early, my early 20s, and I would wake up in the morning and I'd play like the B-52s, Rock Lobster, and have my coffee, put my makeup on, have my coffee. I'm like, yeah, ready to go. Let's go, let's go. And then I'd leave, my apartment. I'd walk to the subway. I'd get on the subway, and then I'd arrive at my office, and I would have like this, and I'd be like, or I'd be agitated, and I think, what happened?
Mm.
And I know now, and when I began being part of a group where we were really focused on our mind, I wasn't the garden of my consciousness it was like the gate was open. It was like there was no fence around my garden, and the gate was open, and like whatever was coming by, just, I mean, energy is a real thing. We know that as spiritual practitioners, we know that energy is non-local and it is real. That is why when you walk into a field of love, somebody doesn't have to look at you and say, oh, I'm a being of love. You just feel it.
Mm.
Conversely, when somebody is angry, they don't have to announce it. They'll just, you feel it.
Right.
So the opportunity is there. It's just that opportunity, and especially right now, that opportunity is really, how is your garden growing? What are you growing in your garden? What would you like to see take root? What are you allowing to take root in your consciousness?
Right. For sure. Yeah. You said, what do I want to harvest? And then really looking at the seeds too, because sometimes I know that when we can get into sort of a righteous place about like, this is right, this is right and wrong, right? But then maybe it's a GMO seed. Maybe that's actually a GMO seed, to really sort of uncover the layers of the seed. And I think you said pure, kind of plant those pure seeds. And so that takes some cultivating, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's an awakening.
Mm-hmm.
It is
Yeah.
it is an awakening.
It is.
And I don't know. I don't know if it's because I was a mom or because I'm, somebody that's this, deep thinker and likes to uncover uh, mysteries and truth, that, or because my own, health stuff when I was, in my very early 20s, that had me really question, why are they doing away with labeling? I mean, labeling of foods. Why is there a big push for that? Why would we, why would somebody buy up all the seeds or the farmland in the world? It's like these questions to me. They're just like, remember that, like, things that make you go,
Yeah.
right? It's like,
Yeah. Yes.
and then how do I get to live in the world but not be of the world? Well,
Right.
the way that I
Right.
do it is by what I'm planting in the garden of my consciousness.
Mm-hmm. Right. And then the pillars, the notice, awareness, and then action.
Right.
Right. Once we have that.
Exactly.
Wow, this has been beautiful. Very beautiful. Sonia says, yes, mind your mind. Yes, indeed. Yes. Okay, everybody. Well, let me see. It is 8 minutes after the hour. So we have a little bit of time before our workshop. So I suggest you hydrate and nourish yourself with good seeds, pure seeds, and we'll meet back on the workshop this afternoon here. How does your garden grow? I can't wait to dig deeper into the soil and get our hands dirty.
Get those worms.
Yeah, exactly. Right. All the healthy things below the soil there. So if you feel gratitude for, inspired, nourished by our community, please consider visiting our giving page on our website, brentwoodilc.org. Our center is 100% supported by your sacred exchange of love with us, and we are deeply appreciative of your generous contributions that enable us to keep sharing love and value in the world and touching lives. So thank you. We are going to close with our prayer of divine awakening that I am going to pull up on our screen. I know it's here. somewhere because it was here this morning. Oh, there it is. Yay. Sometimes I'm all like, oh, where did that go? Okay, everybody, breathe into this, say this out loud at home, and join us. The prayer of divine awakening. It's a new day, a beautiful day, a new beginning. I embrace this day with new eyes, an open heart, expansive mind. I choose my vibrational frequency deliberately and consciously, harmonizing with life's events. I am receptive to source energy, divine guidance and wisdom available to me at all times. I commit to serve unconditional love fully and completely. I move forward in a state of appreciation, an extension of the one magnificent power and presence. I am sovereign, whole, and free, claiming dominion over my life as I go in peace and awaken to my divinity. And so it is. Blessings, peace, beloveds. We are so grateful. Know that your life is always working for you. Notice the miracle that you are, the radiance that you embody, the seeds that you are sowing. And in all of this knowing, shine on, bright ones. We love you. We bless you. We will see you in 20 minutes at the workshop, the play shop, the gardening shop. We love you. Thank you, Wendy. Thank you so very much. Mwah. Blessings.
Bye.